Hey y'all, APT Jamie here, and today we're doing this here project right here, right now. Happy New Year, y'all. Happy New Year, y'all. Yep, that's my project. Happy New Year. Right now we're making a background, and I will tell you in advance, I love this background. Okay, I know that's very sing-songy. So I'm in a sing-songy kind of mood, and I love this background. Now, I am using my Dylusions paints, and we all know how they're notorious for drying and getting clumpy. So my theory on this, and I'm sure it's already been put out there, my theory is because it's in a round tub, you know, much like those Inca goats, and you know, those dry out too. Isn't that funny how the things that are in a similar container, short, flat, round, with all that air space at the top, you see where I'm going with that? All that air space at the top? Just saying. And I have oftentimes thought, why don't I just buy some of these here empty craft paint bottles they have at the craft store and, you know, put my Dylusions paints in there, and I just hadn't done it yet. Okay, I have a feeling they may last longer. But in the meantime, as you will see, I will show you what I do to keep mine moistish. I can't say much more than that because they still getting clumpy. Anywho, white cardstock. I have 2 sheets because I need a lot of background, y'all. I spritzed it with plain distilled water because that's what I keep in my bottles, because y'all know I'm here in the South and sometimes it can get hot, and you know, water, moisture, and all that grows mold. And I don't mean molding paste, I mean mold, the icky stuff. So I've just made a habit of keeping distilled water, y'all, in my spritz bottles. And when I add water to things, I use distilled water. There again, to help prevent, will it totally? I don't know. To help prevent mold from growing. And that's that green stuff, y'all. Slimy stuff. Anyway, when you get your papers, cardstock especially, because y'all know that's my favorite background paper. It just is. Really damp. It will crinkle and winkle, rip and winkly, and warp and all that stuff. So once you get it dry again, you want to kind of roll it out and crunch it out and stuff. And I discovered that at one point it's still damp, so I use the heat gun again. So right now I am going to use some white gesso. Now, as y'all know, white gesso, oh no, this is clear gesso, my bad, it just looks white on the palette, y'all. It threw me for a second there, just for a second. It's clear gesso, and I am haphazardly just smearing it around. And when y'all see me wiping imaginary stuff away, it's not imaginary, it's dog hair, okay? Not a paintbrush hair, even a dog hair. I can see them, y'all can't. Thank goodness for that. So I'm just smearing around because I'm going to create somewhat of resistant areas. Actually, I should have scanned this first layer like that, because, you know, look at that. They're not exact copies. They're not exactly the same, but they's close enough. They could, you know, it'd be continuity, y'all. That means it just flows one to the other, more or less, sort of. That's what we're working on here. Let me check my voiceover time, because y'all know I get that. Oh, we're a little off. Oh, there's a reminder for you. So anyway, heat gun to dry it. Heat gun, y'all. As y'all may or may not know, that heat gun, and I add the word y'all because I'm in the South, y'all, and that's what we do, y'all. Y'all. There's your drinking term for the day. Anyway, it is a hat tip to the journal artista, Miss Paula herself. Without her encouragement, I'd be nowhere, just saying. So now that we're all nice and dry, we've got our colors, our green and blue back there is dry. Our clear gesso is dry. You can't see it because it's clear, y'all. And now I'm going to smear on some warm colors. Did y'all see that? We went from cool to warm colors, and I'm using just a bit too much paint because I forget how pigmented these Dylusions are. And now we're going to spritz some more water because and I'm spritzing in the tops of my open jars. I might have did that a while ago and not mentioned it, but that's what I'm doing. I'm spritzing the water in there and I'm putting the lid on them. No need to leave the lids off and let them dry up even more and get more glumpier than what they are. Now we're going to spritz our paper. Spritzy, 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 spritzy. And I'm going to use a wet paintbrush over there. I got my little water bucket over there on the right. And I stick it in there and bring it out and wipe some of the excess paint off on my little paper towel in my hand right there. I'm pretty sure it's a paper towel, not a baby wipe. Pretty sure. Yeah, it's a paper towel. Pretty sure. And so we're just smooshing it all around. Excuse me, I got to clear my throat. Hang on. You didn't even miss me, did you? No, you didn't. Any hoodles. So we got it all smeared around on there, and you're like, oh, Lords, that's a hot mess. And I must agree with you. That's a pretty hot mess. So now we got a baby wipe, and it's a fairly damp baby wipe, y'all. It's not drippy wet, but it's pretty damp. And we're just going to smoosh some of that back off. And you remember, keep turning your baby wipe so you get fresh area to smoosh with. Hang on one more time. I do not have to tell you. Hang on, please. Y'all know. Y'all don't even miss me. Maybe I won't next time I have to clear my throat. Yeah, frogs just come up in your throat when you're talking and on real videos and all that stuff. So anyway, now we're going to do our second page, which is a little bit drier now. And that's okay. And we're just going to rub it just a little harder. We got a fresh new baby wipe. This is a baby wipe heavy video. It's about as heavy as heat gun, y'all. So if I miss saying that, know that it's heat gun. Well, I'm sure y'all figured that. Y'all very smart like that. Look at that. How fun are those pages? I know it's kind of blurry looking, but that's just because it's so mottledy. Heat gun, y'all. And here's close up. Y'all, this is so sweet in real life. Now we're going to put on some more of that clear gesso, and we're going to put on more, but we're not covering the whole thing, okay? Not covering the whole thing still again. We're just doing splotches. Now we're doing more bigger splotches than we did the first time when we went on top of the greens and the blues, okay? We went on top of the cool colors with warm colors. That's right, Molly, cool. Then we went warm. I'm not going to say what we're going to do next. Oh, we're going to get some more clear gesso, y'all. That's what we got to do. Oh, speaking of product, there is a list of ingredients in the description box below. Please click on the word more to see more. And these days, the first words you will see in my description box are not intended for children. So there we have it, because, we got changes. Oh, we had a little hair shot. We got to see the top of my hair because, I was trying to blow off a dog hair and it wouldn't blow off. Anyways, there we go. Changes, y'all. Changes. Like a new year. Oh. I'm just kind of looking to see, did I get it in enough areas? I don't know if I got it in enough areas. We'll just have to wait and see. So I heat gunned that. And now we're going to put, some cool colors back on top. Only this time we're using blues and purples and not blues and greens. Okay, or greens, because that one was teal and that's technically sort of more green than blue. So we got blues and purples, our favorite fuchsia. Our fuchsia be coming up in a minute, and that's the most glumpiest one of all of the Dylusions. It still gets kind of more glumpier than anything else. So anyway, I spritz them before I close them. Now these papers have to get good and dry, y'all, okay? Because you don't want your cools and your warms and your cools and your warms mixing. That's why you got to dry them between. Once they dry, they stick, all right? Now, y'all saw us spritzing, closing them up, setting them back there out of the way. I'll get my little wet, handy-dandy glue brush. That's what I use for glue, and I paint with it, too, because I just use the same brush for everything, because that's what I do. Oh, Goodness gracious. So we smooshed that one all around, and it got real purple, didn't it? I know, it got real purple on that one. It's purple. It's a good thing I like purple. I'm multitasking. I'm doing the dishes, and y'all may hear that handy-dandy tool running in the background. Okay. Now we're going to get out baby wipe. This is a baby wipe rich video, y'all. I don't know if you've noticed, I've gone to slightly longer videos, trying to show you more of the process. Maybe you like it, maybe you don't. I don't know. You haven't told me. Did you notice? Y'all, it's almost New Year's. It may even be 5 years from now by the time you're watching this video. I don't know when you're watching this video. We're going to 2020, y'all. 2020. It's a whole other century kind of thing. So as you see, I've left that pretty damp. Now this paper pretty damp, y'all. Oh, and when you're drying, be sure to dry both sides of the paper, y'all. Okay. Now, if you rub too much, cardstock will start to peel up on you. You know, get them little fuzzy balls off the paper. I don't know where I'm going with that language, y'all. It's an adult channel now, y'all. Just saying, it's for an adult. So read into that what you want, because we're adults now. And as you can see, you can still see some of that green down there. And now you got some of the red and the purple on top. Pretty. Okay, so we're going to scooch that out. And at one point, I was just dabbling at the dampness with paper towel. And I'm holding it with the paper towel because I don't want my fingers to stick to the damp layer, wet layer. It's fairly wet of paint that's on there, because if your fingers stick to it too much, the paper towel is less inclined, y'all. Just saying, less inclined. If it sticks too much, that paper will peel up and stick to your fingers, and now you got painty papers on the wrong side of your fingers, and you got a whole spot on your card that's missing. So you got to be a little careful with that. And I just keep doing that and dabbling around until I'm happy with it. And I'm like, let's just wipe a little more off of this one. Because like I said, if you rub too much, you're going to make your paper a little kind of peel up there. And who wants that? Nobody. Nobody. Okay. So now we're going to dry that real good. Oh, in a second. Any day now. There we go. Here you go, y'all. And it's good and dry. Look. Oh, y'all. The depth and richness of these just makes me stinking happy. And somebody, I'm not going to say who, didn't scan them. Nope, they didn't scan them. Again. Okay? Make these beautiful backgrounds and don't even scan them. So you can't never use them again. You just have to do the background again. And it's not going to come out the same, because it's just not. Putting on a coat of matte medium, y'all. Matte medium is a fluid acrylic medium. It goes on slightly whitish and dries clear, and it adds a seal on there. This is how I'm storing my Dylusions paints, y'all. I spritz the distilled water, not pour, spritz, excuse me, the distilled water in there, put the lid on them, and then I put them in that there airtight, mostly sorta, Ziploc brand name baggie. Now we're going to take several different die cuts, and I'm mixing them up, because I'm not happy with just using that one set, because I like stuff, and if I got other stuff I can make it more the way I want it, then that's what I'm going to do. So from that one, that Enchanted Forest one, I used the little fairy lady. She's just a little fairy lady in a setting position blowing a kiss. And then I used the wings from the darice die cut there, because I liked that wing on her. Now, as y'all might remember in one of the mermaid things postcard. I think it was a mermaid postcard I did. I used the fairy wing from this to make the mermaid tail and neck, because I mix it up like that. I don't know, my brain's just like, oh, wouldn't that just make a perfect mermaid tail swishy thing? And I'd be like, yeah. And I'm using the expanding Nubo mousse, which is sort of a modeling paste. It mostly is. It's just fancy word, expanding mousse, because if you put it on thick enough and you use the heat gun, y'all, it expands and puffs up. Okay. If you use it like I just did, not using my finger in the container, I brought it out and I used it like that. You can use it like a rubbing buff, sort of like a ink a go kind of thing. Now I got my background and I'm going to use this here stencil. Now I showed you the picture, but I didn't read it, so I don't remember whose it's from iStencils, though. I can't tell you that. It is from iStencils, and I loves it. And I'm like, what direction are we going to go with it? And I'm like, well, I don't know. Let's go this one. And I decided, okay. And I'm going to use that Brie Reese modeling paste, because this is called, it's glossy dimensional blah, 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 blah. So I'm putting it on my squeegee thing there, because I want more coverage at one time, because the more you run over things, the more chance you have of getting more paste underneath the stencil. Okay, just saying. So try to get it in a more bigger one swoop era. Now I know it looks like I'm putting a lot on there, and really I kind of am. Okay. Oh, wait till you see. Now I'm just going back and filling in some of them little holes. Okay. Get ready. Oh, look at it. Oh, that high pitch. I hope it didn't hurt your ears. Sorry. I should have gave you a headphone warning, but I didn't know I was going to do that, because it's just so stinking exciting. So we're going to do it again, and I think we're going to do it just a little faster, but still the same way. And once I get this all done, then I come back and I don't know if I show that part, but I lay my stencil on top of my deli wrap and I scrape up all the gold, is real gold, off the stencil before I go clean it. Look, I will come back after lunch and stencil that edge, which I did. Y'all just didn't get to see that part. And be sure to clean your stencils after you use embossing paste, modeling paste, whatever gel, blah, blah stuff through it, okay? And you might want to give them a quick rinse if you use some of those sprays that move when they get wet again. So we were just inking around the edge, and now we're just putting my little purple door stamp on there and my name on there, which is APG Jamie, in case you forgot who you was watching. Don't forget. Oh, and speaking of you, I so appreciate each and every one of you. I really do. Your valuable time, your kind comments, your likes, your shares, especially your shares these days. I don't get enough of them, y'all. I don't know what's up with that. Maybe y'all greedy and you just want to keep me to yourself. Look at that. Use that ATG on there, because we're going to make some cards out of that background. And no, I did not scan it first. Nope. Y'all knew that. Just saying. So there's our die cut tree branch. I cut the bird off. The bird, if it was cut out, okay, I kept the bird, and it could be used for something else. What else could it be used for? Whatever you think to be using it for. I don't know. But here's our little wing. It's an angel wing from the Darice set. That's an angel wing set, y'all. And we put the Nubo mousse on there, only we used it like a gilding paste kind of thing. So it's all nice and dry, y'all. And we're gluing the wing. Look how pretty that big old wing looks on the back of that little fairy. And then we're using my favorite glue on the back of the branch, and we're going to glue that right on top. Now, I will say, the sentiment I put on the front, I truly meant to use some of them popped up, some of that foam tape stuff to pop it up off the surface a little bit, just put a little dimension in there, but no. Y'all know I get excited, and I just keep going like, like there's no tomorrow. And, you know, I'm not going to give away the inside because y'all wait till y'all see the inside. Ha, 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 ha. Well, I'll just tell you right now, we're going to put glitter in it. It's going to be glitter on the inside. Oh, sparkly, sparkly, sparkly. So we'll put some glue on the back of our little fairy because she's a little fairy girl. How big little is she? I don't know. She could be giant and we could be in the little fairy. I don't know. There she is. She's blowing something out of her hand. She's blowing a kiss at you. She's not blowing a kiss. So I'm going to go ahead and show you a second one. Way more faster. Excuse me for snorting. It's that time of year, y'all. Runny noses for no apparent reason other than they get cold air going in them or hot air going in them and whatnot. And I don't know if you noticed, but I didn't get all my mats cut the same size. That's me, y'all. Just saying, I could be mathematically challenged, even though I have a lot of rulers. Whatever. They not the boss of me. So we're just gonna, go a little faster, just in case you need a secondary shot. We're gonna put her on there. So I thought, yes, love the silhouette. And here we come. I decided that my sentiment I'd printed out, computer printed out the front, was just a little too white and stark. So I got these silks that I sometimes think to use. I know. I've had them for ages, and they're not clumpy at all. Just let me add that out there. I've had those 10 years. Or 8 or 10. So I've got just a tiny bit over there. And that's whatever color it is. I think it's a teal color anyway. It's a teal color. And I've got it on my fancy palette, and I'm putting water on it. Now that is water out of my water bucket, which is not distilled. It is tap water. But it's okay because it's being used quickly. And I'm just brushing right over it. Right over those cardstock printed sentiment words. May your new year be ... So you know there's a punchline inside. So we get these little scraps from cutting the mat because, some people don't know how to cut stuff sometimes. So we're just going to put those on the outside of the envelopes because they are perfect for the outside of the envelope. Now, when you are decorating the outside of envelopes that go through the mail system of any country you're in, whatever country, you want to make sure those suckers are glued on there. Double-sided tape might work, but just realize sometimes those things get caught in the machines and will rip your envelope. Just saying. So hopefully by gluing this, it won't. Cross fingers, jump down, go down, boogie. So now we're just rounding the corners, and I had noticed while I was using my little rounder there that it split right there underneath my thumb. The little plastics part is split, but it's working, so I'm still using it. And we're just going to ink around that because sometimes I remember to do that. This is the part where I forgot to get out my foam tape because I really wanted to bump it up, and then I do this. And yes, I had printed that on the back side of something I had misprinted because I do that too sometimes, y'all. But I forgot to scan. Beautiful. Just a sweet, beautiful cards, y'all. Look at that. May your new year be ... filled with glitter. I wanted to glitter on the inside so bad, and I'm like, how am I going to get glitter on the inside? Because I don't want glitter in my face. I don't want to open a card and just have all this glitter go exploding in my face like a firecracker. Do y'all? I didn't think so. Card lottery. So I had these little gems, and I thought and she can just, instead of me blowing glitter in your face, she could be blowing diamonds in your face, or whatever color diamonds they get, because they're just different diamonds, y'all. They're little tiny. They're not really diamond shaped. They're little circles, little tiny dots. Oh, and a star. They all going to get the same color star. That's the commonality. Got the same color star. And we're just going to put those little dots on there. And that is not the best sticky weird thing because it doesn't release very well. Just say it. It came in a package with something else. Now we're going to use this here Pattie Tolley Parish stencil, which again is for my stencils. And we're going to go on the inside. And I'm like, no, that's too much space. So we're just going to use some, excuse me, y'all. We're going to use some painter's tape, and we're going to block off some of the ends. Well, now it's going to look weird. So it's just like, well, you know, I'm just faking my way through it because I don't know what I'm doing. So we'll make these a little shorter. Because I can do that because it's my stencil. I didn't cut it, y'all. I just put some tapes on it. Although y'all seen me cut stuff up because, you know, it's mine. I can do that if I want to. So we're going to actually get a centering ruler for the second one. I didn't use it for the first one. Let's center, find the middle of the inside of this card. I'm looking for a pencil. Just fling my hands around. Who took my pencil? You gotta watch them fairies. They little jokesters, y'all. Much like that elf on a shelf. Lords of mercies. Okay, so now we got it nice and marked and nice and dark, and I had used the stencil once, and I'm just going to wipe over the back of it. There we go, baby wipe, because with the process I'm using, you got to keep the back clean, otherwise it's going to mess up. You'll see. It's glitter. Okay, so we're centering it up. I'm not worried about that mark in the middle. And now we're just going to put this here wet glitter glue on it. One of them's more wetter than the green one is the more wetter one. Way wet. Put it on last. If it's the wettest one you got, put it on last, okay? Because some of that just scooches under there. Now this is glitter glue. So the glue part is clear, y'all. Oh, wait till you see this. I know it's not the first time anybody's ever done such a thing, but oh, did it just make me happy. So to remove the glitter from areas I didn't want it, I just used a small damp brush to squish it around. I know you can see it when it's wet, but it's way more better when it's dry. See, now it's dry. All nice and dry. And we're going to put our inside sentiment in. Okay? Which I left white. I don't know, because sometimes I'm silly that way. So we're just going to put this on all of them. It's like, may your new year be filled with sparkle. Look at all that glitter. And it's not going to go in your face. May your new year be. May your new year be. May your new year be. Open it up. Filled with sparkle. Oh, once again, I so appreciate each and every one of you, your kind comments, your likes, your shares, and just your thumbs up. Oh, don't forget your thumbs up. Don't forget the envelope. Oh, we're going to have a tiny little short photo montage. Happy New Year, y'all. May it be filled with sparkle, love, and financial security for each and every one of you. Thanks for watching, and happy arting, y'all.